back to one of our top stories this morning. President Obama is set to formally announce his executive action on gun control. The action, which the president says is, quote, entirely consistent with the Second Amendment, will require all gun sellers to be licensed and conduct background checks. But are these new provisions within the president's authority? I'd like to bring in Fox News contributor and Conservative Review chief political correspondent Deneen Borelli. Thanks for being here this morning, Deneen. All right, so first up, this has obviously been one of the most frustrating policy areas for the president. What do you make of this action, which is expected to be announced today?
Well, I have a great stock tip for your viewers. Invest in gun stocks because Obama's actions are driving up gun sales and driving individuals to go and get licensed for their guns. I am a licensed gun owner. I own 2 guns, as a matter of fact. Started in New York and got one in Connecticut. What we're witnessing, what Democrats need to understand is that this backfired in 1994 when Bill Clinton signed the assault weapons ban. The Republicans took over the Senate then. And so what they need to recognize is this is a huge political issue for 2016 for the presidential nominee on the Republican side and also for those running for Senate like Pat Toomey in Pennsylvania and Rob Portman in Ohio. A big issue to drive people to the polls on the Republican angle on the gun issue. That's
correct, but what are the Republicans offering up? Because we do see an emotional response immediately following these attacks when guns do fall into the hands of criminals. What is the solution that Republicans are offering up, if any?
But listen, there are plenty of rules and laws on the books now, and what Obama is doing is from the federal level. What is going on in the states and what the laws are on the books that should be enforced. That's what we should be looking at. I think this is a big power grab on Obama's end, and I think this is something that people need to understand. That
Can we talk about the specifics of what he's doing? Is he within the scope of his own presidential executive authorities?
On everything that he does. And again, this is on the federal level, and I think this is a way to push back on small gun sales, on private sales between
but let's be
individuals.
specific. How is he exceeding his authorities? In what among these proposals, where is he exceeding his authorities?
He's making it a federal issue. There are many of laws on the books throughout the states, throughout the country. Obama is pushing this really, I believe, as a political issue, as a power grab.
Well,
and this is what he's been doing on every issue.
As the judge pointed out, Judge Napolitano pointed out yesterday, if it has an effect where legal gun owners are affected adversely, right? If you can't own a gun legally in this country, if you are a law-abiding citizen, it affects it, then it's unconstitutional, is the way he pointed it out. But what do you make of Obama devoting $500 million more in federal funding to treating mental illness?
Yeah, well, he should be working with Congress on this, and Congress has the power of the purse. So this is something that I think he should be working with Congress on. But and again, with many political issues that he's under his watch, he's going around Congress. So we'll see if this is some pushback on the political end from Congress.
Really quickly, though, because the Republican presidential candidates, they have done, some of them on their own in their states, certain things about gun control. Chris Christie, on the terror watch list, you can't buy a weapon. Down in Florida, Jeb Bush.
He's been called a Democrat on the issue.
Domestic abusers can't get their hands on a gun. So, but they're against this, right? I mean, does that resonate with voters?
Well, but this is why it needs to be a local issue, and for this to be federally bumped up, how is it that they're able to, keep tabs on individuals who should or should not be getting be licensed for guns?
But I think this is emblematic of how Obama just doesn't work with Republicans, right? Because here's an issue on the mental health front where they could come to some kind of agreement. And he's throwing all this other stuff in there that's going to make it very hard to them to agree on anything.
No, you're absolutely right. And again, it is driving up sales. Individuals are getting scared because they don't think they'll be able to register to get a gun.
All right, Deneen, always great to have you on that. Thanks for joining us this morning.